Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon. So we appreciate that. First and foremost, I also want to make sure everybody walks away with some great nuggets of information that you can use in your daily practice, right? That's what all this is about. It's to accelerate your sales, right? Especially year end. It's been a crazy year for all of us. So we want to make sure we try to end 2020 in a great way, or as great as possible, right? And then come out in 2021 strong, and hopefully we can look behind us, and hopefully COVID will start to get better and better, and this will be a whole new year, a new ball game for everyone, and you can start to leverage some of these great tools and products that you're about to hear from in probably 10-15 minutes from Mark. So what I want to do real quick is give you a 100-foot overview on today's presentation and training, and then just discuss a couple things that me and Joe are going to throw in at the beginning and the end. So we're going to have our question of the day. So make sure you're paying attention to all of the slides, because we're going to ask a question that has to do with one of the slides, and whoever answers first and correctly we have 3 different Mary Reed sales prospecting books that all have to do with the distribution solution concept, okay, which is tax savings, retirement strategies. She is incredible, okay, when it comes to, she'll even jump on a call or webinar and help you make the sale. So if you have a client, and I hate to jump right in here, but I think it's so important. And by the way, those are the 3 books in the bottom right-hand corner. But if you have a client, right, that is maybe a good candidate for, let's say, retirement savings, tax strategies, and then I'm also going to mention this. If you have that, let's say that perfect client, right, and you know enough to tee up the conversation, we can set up a call with Mary, with you, with your client, and she will, in fact, do most of the selling. Basically, you find a client, and she'll jump in and make the entire presentation. Okay, and here's what's neat. She uses Lafayette Life's whole life products, okay, for her strategy. So it's almost like a 1-2 punch, and I'm going to tell you this, we've already had, 2 cases now that we're working on that are over $100,000 of target premium. So her concept works, and I promise you, okay, if you have the right client, the right fit, she will make the sale for you. Okay, and we can work something out as far as the splits. She holds about 20 to 30%, depending on the situation. But hey, if the case is 162,000, right, of commissions, then at the end of the day, what's 20% if she makes the sale for you and your client? So anyway, we're giving away these 3 books at the end of the call. Also, what I would suggest to everyone is I did a 1-hour podcast with Mary just on this concept. Okay, I would check it out when you get a chance. She gives great sales ideas and strategies, and she explains what the perfect candidate is for this concept. Okay, she's got a few different concepts, but she tees it up perfectly. I encourage everyone to check out the podcast on YouTube or my podcast channel, Bill Levinson Experience. We're also going to include a bunch of flyers, brochures, and this information. We'll have a link to the training. We will include that in today's thank you email that you will have before the day is up in your inbox, and we'll also include Lafayette Life's contracting. So they work great together, and again, it's like a 1-2 punch, and it's our job to inform and train our agents, right, so you know enough to be dangerous, and that's what today's presentation is all about. Okay, let's shift gears for a second again. What I also want to do is explain right now in this world that we're all living through, right? There's lots of ups and downs in the market, turbulent times, if you will. Whole life is a great solution, okay? We have one of the top experts when it comes to whole life. Mark is joining us. He's hosting today's training. We're going to introduce him in about 10 minutes. But anyway, the point is, Lafayette Life, okay, who's, by the way, owned by Western Southern Life, who's also part of Gerber Life, who we have an awesome relationship with. We have our scholarship program with their products. And I'm going to say this too, and it's very important for everyone to understand. When it comes to whole life, no brainer with Lafayette Life. Okay, A plus rated mutual company, 6 different whole life products to choose from, non-med underwriting to $1 million, and they have an accelerating program. And very important, Mark is also available. If you're appointed with us, with Lafayette, Mark will also help you if it comes to advanced case design. If you have a certain client you need a little extra hand-holding with, Mark can help you so you can, in turn, go help your client and make the sale. So excellent stuff here. And then just one other thing, iGo eApps, Lafayette is on our platform. E-policy delivery, Lafayette is on our platform. When it comes to selling over the phone, everything is buttoned up 100% with Lafayette. Okay, and I also want to mention this. I think it's funny. I got a text message from one of our agents. In fact, 2 text messages. One came in last night. One was this morning. In fact, I see that he's on the call right now. He said to me, Bill, I love your trainings, and I've seen a lot of your whole life stuff before. Is the one tomorrow, is it worth me spending an hour on the call with you guys? I said, absolutely. I promise you, Mark brings a lot to the table, and it will be worth your time spent. And I see that he's on in the right-hand panel right now, so that's good to see. But yeah, great stuff. As always, I don't want to take up too much time, so Joe, let's jump right in here. Okay, yep. Perfect.
So I'm going to jump into some great products to take a look at before we introduce Mark as our guest speaker. But it's really important when we look at the Lafayette portfolio. We look at a lot of different carriers that have some whole life products, and 1 or 2 might stand out. But definitely write this down. There are 6 different products you can choose from. That's right, 6, depending on what you're looking for, whether it's something that's got low-level premiums, more long-term performance. If you're looking for a short pay scenario, earlier cash value, we've got the Patriot 15. So a lot of great options, even a 10-pay life product where you're just paying for 10 years and you have an awesome paid-up policy with continued growth, or a single premium product you can use in that Liberty 15. Another great thing to know is issue ages 0 all the way up to age 85. So if you have someone that's over 80, we have some great options. Also, the minimum death benefit. A lot of times you look at whole life products, and sometimes someone's just looking for a final expense solution. Going down to $5,000 of coverage is really neat to be able to offer in those different scenarios, especially if you're writing maybe a parent or a grandparent. You can pick up sales on the children or grandchildren at that $5,000 limit. So awesome rates. We've even got super preferred rates we can go after. Really neat thing to look at here in bold towards the bottom of the page. You'll notice in the loan section that dividends are not affected by policy loans. That's important. Most whole life products do not have that feature, which means if you have, let's say, $100,000 of cash value and you take out a policy loan of $20,000, they're going to look at that policy and credit it based on that $80,000 difference. Not with Lafayette. You're going to be getting dividends based on that total amount and not affected by policy loans. So really neat option. We've got dividend accumulations, paid up additions, so a lot of different options, paid in cash. You can even do dividend accumulation. So some really neat features when it comes to all these 6 different whole life products. Also the riders. This is really, I think, what sets Lafayette against a lot of other carriers as kind of being one of the good leaders here. We've got accelerated death benefit rider. You've got single premium paid up additions rider. You've even got children's insurance rider, waiver premium for disability benefit, a spouse renewable term rider. You can also add term insurance riders, 10, 20, 30, based on the product you're looking at, which really helps you in some scenarios where you want to blend term insurance and whole life to kind of really have more of an accumulation scenario. We've got accidental death benefit and a guaranteed purchase option, which means that client can purchase additional insurance down the road without having to go through full underwriting, which is phenomenal for especially younger clients or clients that are in their wealth building years. You can show them an awesome option that has a lot of great features that will grow with them down the road. They don't have to worry about going through underwriting in 10, 15, 20 years. as that need for insurance increases. So you can really kind of customize a specific whole life product for that specific need. Really great thing about the company, I'm sure that we'll get into this in a couple slides, over 130 years of, historical strength, really great ratings. You'll see that the, rated 95 out of 100 on Comdex. They have awesome digital solutions. Bill mentioned the accelerated underwriting up to $1 million. They've got iGo e-apps, illustrations, e-policy delivery, website self-service. I will say when it comes to running whole life illustrations, they have one of the easiest systems to be able to use when you're kind of going through different scenarios and plugging in different values. Really easy to use. You can transition right into the e-app from that platform. So really kind of a one-stop solution when it comes to quoting and illustrating. Another awesome thing that they do as a carrier is when it comes to marketing materials, I don't think there's another carrier that has as robust of a marketing library. Here's just a quick example. We're going to send out everything to all the attendees at the end of the webinar. But when it comes to advanced marketing, they've got business building ideas, actual sales kits that we can send out. You'll see just a quick example, business planning strategies kit, which goes through the presentation. It goes through the profile, everything to know, whether it's executive bonus, key person, split dollar, buy-sell agreement. They have everything that explains all these different concepts to that client. And I specifically bring up the advanced marketing material because we've got a really neat system here that will help you uncover new clients and help get your foot in the door. And that's my next slide here, which is the business owner valuation kit. This is a huge added value to a lot of clients and prospects that you're going to be working with. And Mark's going to show you in a couple slides how to actually prospect and find different business owners and different clients. But once you have the ability to talk to them, definitely bring up the business valuation kit. This is something that as a Levinson agent you can offer. It's basically a way to go to a business owner and say, hey, have you ever thought of what your business might be worth? And of course they'll say, well, I think I know what it might be worth, but I'm really not sure. We've got an awesome one-page questionnaire that you can fill out, and we actually send that to a group of CPAs and business attorneys that look over everything that business has, all their assets, all their liabilities, and they'll come back with a 14-page report specifically for that business owner that kind of dives into all the details, what the gross revenue is, what the operating income is, and then it shows them what their liabilities are, whether it's, hey, you've got a business partners that don't have a cross-purchase agreement on each other, and that might cause you some issues down the road. Maybe you've got a key person you do insure. So it kind of helps identify all these different liabilities that they have as a business owner, and that is completely free of cost. So this is something normally that costs $1,000 and $1,500. You're going to offer that to all these business owner clients free of charge. So we've had this for a couple years now, and it's really generated a lot of great interest, and it really sets you apart versus any other financial planner or agent that might come in that's just trying to sell a policy. So you're establishing the need, and you're kind of showing them what that solution is, and it's backed up by all these different groups of people who just focus on finding those liabilities and then kind of identifying what product might fit best for those specific solutions. So in my opinion, one of the more powerful tools that we have at our disposal.
Good stuff, Joe. Thank you for that. And, also keep in mind, it's our job, right, to come up with different sales ideas, strategies, marketing material for you so you can go open doors and start the conversation, right, and uncover the need for life insurance or one of these buy-sell agreements or key man, whatever the case is. So that's what today's presentation is about, and that's what Mark is going to dive into right now. It's various sales strategies built around whole life, and I'm also going to say he's got a ton of experience between the old MetLife days, Mass Mutual, now Lafayette Life, so no one knows it better than him when it comes to whole life. Without further ado, Mark Detondo. Mark, you there, bud?
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Joe. For many of you, you've listened to my first presentation regarding Pension 101, where I talked about the differences between defined contribution plans and defined benefit plans. This is step 2 of these presentations, and there'll be a third after this, learning how to find the clients. So this topic is called prospecting, and we're going to talk about prospecting for pension plans. you can obviously use this for multiple different things, but when we get to the very end, you'll see that I have a phone script for pension plans. I have letters to CPAs, letters to end users. So it's specified for pension plans, but obviously you can use some of the concepts for other areas. Page down. This is the legalities for Lafayette Life, so let me just skip that. So where do we start? So last time we talked about defined contribution plans and defined benefit plans. And one of the biggest strategies that I employ is layering a cash balance plan on an existing 401k. We do it all the time, very prevalent. Out of all the plans I sell, about 80% of them are called the combo plan, which means that I'm putting a cash balance plan on top of a 401k. For those of you that were with me last time, basically what we're saying is you get a business owner, typically a little bit older, who hasn't quite saved enough money into their qualified plan, is looking for a bigger tax deduction and also to catch up a little bit on their retirement plan savings. So a person age 60 putting into a cash balance plan, making $285,000, can put away an amazing $265,000 per year into a cash balance plan. So where do you start? Number one would be existing clients. So any business owners that you're currently working with that has a 401k. And also as a reminder and a refresher, we're not asking you to replace this 401k. We can just simply put a second layer on top of the 401k. So if you're the agent, great. If you're not the agent, that's fine too. We can put the cash balance plan right on top of the plan. Talk about centers of influence. Who are their CPAs? Who are their attorneys? Who do they bank with? What referrals can you get from business owners? So a business owner that say, oh, I'm fine with my CPA, I'm fine with my qualified plan, but I have a friend that, is in a different situation. He's making a ton of money, or she's making a ton of money and looking for bigger tax deductions, looking to save for more retirement. Your client advisors, CPAs, attorneys. I like to stop right here and say to you guys, I am available, okay? I am available to do a 2-hour, 2-credit CPA seminar with any CPA that you have that you know about. If you just go through Bill or Joe, we're more than happy to arrange that for you. I will do this for one CPA. Would I like more? Yes, but I'll do this for one CPA. Okay? Business owners whose service you use, i.e., never denounce the dry cleaning guy. The dry cleaning guy is living, in a nice home with the Mercedes or the BMW and the boat, and the kids are in private school. Believe it or not, the baker, the landscape guy, always talk to those guys, people that you use, about their retirement. Other agents, P&C, other life agents not involved with the pension market. This is a very, very small niche marketplace. I like to add to this, talk to the American Fund wholesaler, talk to the Mass Mutual wholesaler, talk to the Fidelity wholesaler, talk to the Empowered wholesaler, because all they're selling is 401k plans. Talk to the ADP wholesaler, the what's the other one? That's the other payroll company, Paychecks. Talk to them. All these people know plans, and it's a simple question. It's a simple conversation. Who do you know that is currently maxing out their 401k contribution that would like to put more money away, but just don't know how to do it? That's the question you ask. I will tell you that most people love to talk about their money. Business owners love to talk about their money. Employees love to talk about their money. So this is a great way, it's a great icebreaker. Who do you know that is currently maxing out their 401k that would like to save more money? A second question, who do you know that's age 50 and above that has a very successful business that's not saving enough for retirement. And you, as a financial advisor, what are you doing? Are you doing a simple? Are you doing a SEP? Are you doing a solo 401k? Are you paying Uncle Sam more money than you need to? Well, we start these plans with as little as one person. You can do a cash balance plan, a solo 401k, a 412E3 with one person. So we're not looking for IBM here. We're looking for the small business owner that wants to save more for retirement. Target market. Who makes up our prospect universe? Small to medium-sized entities. Our bailiwick, where we're best suited for, is 1 to 100 employees who have strong cash flow that is in a stable or growing business. Owner 5 or more years from retirement. We're looking for a 5-year minimum commitment to this plan. Okay? I just worked with a doctor this morning at 9:30. Got him on the phone with an agent. He's 69 years old. He currently has a SEP, putting $10,000 away a month. Putting away $4,000 a month. Says he could put away as much as $10,000 a month. So I asked him to fill out a proposal request form. We can set him up with a 412E3 plan or a cash balance, depending on what he wants to do. Do you know what question he said to me or statement he made to me after I told him what he could contribute? Because he's 69 years old, okay, makes $550,000 a year, and is putting away $48,000 a year. What is that doing for his taxes? Nothing. I said to him, Doctor, did you know in a 412 plan that you could put away as much as $365,000 for the next 5 years? We'll set you up with $1.8 million in retirement in 5 years, guaranteed, no risk. You know what he asked? He said to me, he says, why hasn't anybody else ever told me about this? Guys, you're talking about a marketplace that nobody works in. Nobody works in. Okay? We're looking for companies with matching 401ks or profit sharing plans. I'm not going to get into that today. I did it a little bit last time, but we're looking to put plans in place where we have the company, the business owner, he or she is already contributing to their employees. Because you can't get away with just putting money away in a cash balance or a 412 just for the business owner. So they have to be able to have the mindset that they want to make contributions, although minor, to their employees. When I do a combo plan in a cash balance, I'm looking to get to the owner 75% of the contribution as a minimal. Okay? Because we can do some strategies. If they have a safe harbor non-elective match, we use that 3% to the rank and file. We can carve out based on job classification. We can carve out the highly compensated. So there's a lot of planning that we can do behind the scenes with your support to get the business owner the maximum contribution with the minimum contribution going to the rank and file. Listen for the opportunities. I wish I could buy out my partner when he retires. So we could do a buy-sell inside of a qualified plan. That's huge. Why? 2 reasons. One, this is the only way you can use pre-tax dollars to fund a buy-sell agreement. So instead of spending $1.40 per dollar, we're spending 60 cents per dollar. I don't know how I'll ever afford to retire. Most business owners, okay, especially in the midst of a pandemic, their businesses are not worth what they were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So their retirement is not as secure as what they once thought. But with a cash balance plan or a 412 plan, it can be, and it will be, because it's guaranteed. I wish I could find some other deductions. The $57,000 I'm putting to my profit sharing plan, or the $63,000 with the catch-up provision in my 401k, just isn't enough based on the income that I'm making. Questions to ask. When would they like to retire? Are they saving for retirement? What do they know about retirement plans? I can almost guarantee my reputation of 31 years that no one has ever talked to them about cash balance plans or 412E3s. I would say 95% of the time I'm right. Are they looking for another tax deduction? What would they do if they're making, a lot of money and they're paying a lot of money in taxes if they could put another $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 away in tax deductible contributions? And how versatile is their income from year to year? I'm sorry, volatile. We're not looking for those home run hitters that make money one year and not the next. We're looking for slow and steady wins the race here, guys. Top industries for retirement prospecting. CPAs, believe it or not. Medical services. I spent all day talking to physicians, general family doctors, chiropractors, dentists, insurance agencies, speech therapists, audiologists, tax prep services, sale financing, and you can see the rest. Okay? But I will also tell you blue collar, gray collar, lawn service. The biggest plan I ever sold was to a Dunkin' Donuts owner. He had 5 Dunkin' Donuts owners, 5 Dunkin' Donuts. He sold them all, but he still had a C Corp, which was paying him $175,000 a year and his wife $150,000 a year. We did a 412 with those 2 people. Their contribution was $636,000. The agent made $238,000 by saying hello and goodbye and signing his name to the application. Just so you know. Set yourself apart. As I mentioned earlier, we can do a CPA seminar. We can offer up to 4 CPA credits. I can't talk that long, guys. I only do 2. Okay? Give at least 3 opportunities to interact with the CPA. We'll send you out the invitation to the seminar. We'll host the seminar, and we'll complete the delivering of the completion of the certificate. So Lafayette Life will do it all for you. All you have to do is to get the CPA on a WebEx. That's it. This Informatica database is now changed to Aristopedia. This is my next conversation for our next WebEx. So when I put this WebEx on, I will show you by zip code, by EIN number, by name, by state, by county, where to find existing 5500 forms. Now, there are other services. There's Judy Diamond, there's 5500.com. There are other services that you can look on. But this will tell you how much they're putting away on an annual basis, how much they have in the plan. It will tell you where they live, what their phone number is. So it's a great prospecting tool for this. Also, we have, and you'll see this later on in the presentation, letters or postcards. What we suggest you do is use an odd side envelope that's handwritten addressed, meaning I told someone in New Jersey I'd use a red envelope, a green envelope, a yellow envelope, 8 by 11.5 with my letter, with our brochures that we send you free, that you can customize with your name on it, okay? And we can go through with Joe and Bill to get you those, okay? Unusual stationery, make it red or green so that when you send it out, they open it up. Handwritten, stamped, not through a processor. So this is our pre-approach letters that we offer. What advice from the top pension producers? Traits that we're looking for. You want to discuss owner benefits. Okay, you want to talk about them. We want to talk about how they can save money for their retirement. Not for their employees, but for their retirement. Strong aversion to taxes. Okay, October 15th just came and went. For most of us that file extensions, I know I wrote a check, wasn't real happy with it. But I have my own qualified plan that I have for my business. And I was able to put money aside to save 40% of my taxes. Okay? It's tax deferral versus tax avoidance. We're looking for a conservative investor. Because when we're talking about defined benefit plans, whether it's a cash balance or a 412, we're not looking for a home run. We're looking for a benefit that was going to be specified at the beginning of the plan and executed through 5 years of contributions, age 62 or age 65. We know going in what that number is going to be. So the rates of returns is not paramount. I can't emphasize that enough. Unlike a 401k where you're trying to get the biggest return possible and taking as much risk as possible, in some instances, that's not the case in the defined benefit world. As a matter of fact, our pre-retirement benefit interest rate is 3% for a cash balance. And believe it or not, in a 412E3, with the exception of the state of Florida and the state of Texas, it's 1%. Okay, not overly greedy, willing to fund for employees. I had a guy send me an email yesterday, 3 emails as a matter of fact, saying, I only want to do this for myself. My response was, sorry, can't do it. I'm pretty blunt. Okay, if you're not going to want to participate for your employees, I can't help you. Can I design it so that you're getting the highest contribution? Yes. Can I design it so I carve out as many employees as possible? Yes. Can I design it so that it really favors you? Because this is a greed sale. It's an owner benefit sale. The 401k is for the rank and file. The cash balance and the 412 is for the business owner. Owner wants to know, why should I care about what you have to say? What's in it for me? Well, what's in it for me is I'm going to guarantee you a secure retirement. Okay? I am going to guarantee you that if you go out of business, if you go bankrupt, this money is going to be there for you. If this will allow you to go out and buy that second home, that third home, that boat, that vacation property, take all those vacations. The answer is because I'm talking about owner benefits. It's all about you. Presentation tips. Owners want to know how much I can contribute. We have a brochure that goes from age 30 to age 60 that will show you at each level, whether it's a simple all the way to a 412, how much money that they can put away into the plan. What are my benefits? So when I run a proposal for you, I'll tell you what the benefit's going to be guaranteed, whether it's 5 years out, age 62, or age 65. What's my employee cost? Typically, believe it or not, it's zero. Because with the tax deduction that they get, the tax deduction savings is usually a lot larger than what they're putting out for their employees. We do reduce concepts to a single summary page. So what we have is a program page that shows them in a pie chart what the numbers will look like. Okay? We talk concepts. We never talk about what investments we use or how they fund it or things like that. We talk about what they're going to have in retirement, because regardless of what you use, whether you use mutual funds, whether you use life insurance, whether you use fixed index annuities, you're going to get there, okay? You're going to get there. We never show the insurance ledgers. The insurance is part of the plan in most cases with us, but it helps self-complete the plan, and it also does not take away for what the number is going to be at retirement. So whether you have life insurance in the plan or not, we're still going to get to that number. Okay? First, sell the presentation, the ideas and the design, not the plan. Be prepared. Here's the 5 client questions that you must have down cold. How much does this cost to have? So I can send you our price sheet. We're not bashful. We're not afraid to send you absolutely every cost that that they will have. How much will this impact the existing plan? Typically, it won't. It will only enhance it. When do I have to decide this? So that's a new question, and the rules have changed. With the Secure Act of 2020, in most cases prior to 2020, we had to have these plans in place no later than December 31st. They had to have signed documentation no later than December 31st. They could fund it all the way to March 15th or on extension to September 15th. Today, that has changed. Today, that's going to go out probably till late January, early February. So people, although this is the selling season for pension plans because they just did their taxes for 2019, they don't have to commit to you until January or February after they already know their numbers for 2020. So that's a distinct advantage today moving forward, okay? Why hasn't my current advisor, attorney, or CPA mentioned this? I don't know. This is a very niche market. You know, I talked to the doctor today, and I said to him, you know, this is like a plastic surgeon or someone that does different surgeries that are not rank and file. This is not a general practitioner. This is the same concept. These plans that I do, that I have specialized in for the last 13 years, is a niche market. There's no question about it. I can only sell these plans to people that have money. This is not a wannabe sale. This is, yes, you have to have money to fund it because it has to be funded. They can put a 401k in there and never fund it. That won't fly in my world. If you put a cash balance plan in, you're going to fund it, or you're going to get an IRS letter stating that you have a problem. Okay? How would this plan work in my particular situation? That's a question you have to ask them. The questions again: are you saving enough for retirement? Would you like a bigger tax deduction? Would you like a guaranteed income in retirement? Would you like pre-tax life insurance? These are all questions that you can ask. Advice from successful producers. Okay, unfortunately, guys, you got to kiss a lot of frogs to meet the prince or princess. I mean, I've done over 100 proposals so far this year. Seems like a lot of work to sell 100. I sold 54 plans, so I'm 1 out of 2. That's not terrible, but I'll probably end up doing 250 to 300 proposals this year, and hopefully sell 150 plans. Okay. But the average commission is $50,000. So I'll generate $7.5 million in commissions selling these plans. Not bad. The tortoise wins the race. Patience. Okay. Remember, let me emphasize this for the second time. We're not looking for home runs here. We're looking for singles. We're looking for walks. We're looking for hit by pitch. Okay. We're looking for the client that can understand that 1% rate of return, putting away $365,000 a year, is a good thing. We're looking for someone to put away $265,000 and getting 3% return is a good thing. Formation of a partnership, not a sale, okay? Because you're going to have to talk to this person every single year to get all their information so we can do our 5,500. This gives you an opportunity every single year to see that business owner, to sell them more personal life insurance, to talk to their rank and file, to sell them disability insurance, to sell them long-term care, whatever else it is. If you're in the P&C world, to get their P&C business. Not show and tell. Learn and develop a plan as a team. Okay, so what I mean by this is this. You might not be the expert in this, but the CPA could be. So develop relationships. You might not have the investment license so that you can't take over the 401k. Develop a relationship with an RIA or an AIR or a Series 6 or 7 licensed registered rep so that you can go in and take over the whole plan. Guarantees are wanted, needed, and welcome. I mean, I'm beating this to death, I know, but in the defined benefit world, that's what we talk about, guarantees. Knowledge is the real power. What I said to Bill, what I said to Joe, I will do that one-on-one pension plan for you guys over again on a one-on-one basis so that you have a better understanding. I will make a presentation to your end user. I just sold a plan in Florida. It's $55,000 of life premium and $245,000 of annuity. Not a bad sale for a guy 24 years old, biggest sale of his life. Okay? And he did a lot of work making the presentation on a PowerPoint, but with the lack of knowledge, me and the managing director for that firm worked it through, and were able to get 2 life insurance policies out of the 2 business owners. So it worked out really well. That was last week. I mean, that was just last week. Today I spoke to, like I said, a 69-year-old business owner, doctor, wants to put away $10,000 a month to start, looking maybe possibly more, but wants to see what that looks like. So to Bill's point, I am here for you for every step of the way, to go over the proposal request form, to do a joint call, to close the sale. When COVID is over, I'll be able to travel. I travel the United States. So instead of me being in this 10 by 12 cubicle that my wife locks me in at 8 o'clock in the morning and lets me out at 5, I'd like to be on an airplane. Top snags. This is huge, guys. It's top snags. CPA enters too late. If you have a business owner that's interested in this plan, it could take you 2 years to close this case. It takes the CPA 5 seconds to say no. So you need to get the CPA involved when you think it's appropriate. So sometimes you don't need to get the CPA involved because the business owner knows his cash flow or her cash flow. But what happens too often is the business owner's enthusiastic about the plan, and then the CPA comes back and says, where's the money going to come from? Okay, thinking the plans aren't flexible down the road. That's not true. We can amend a plan if we want to based on their income. Rates of return discussions. I mean, I beat this to death, guys, today, but we're not looking for the 5, 6, 10, 12, 15% rate of return. We're looking for 3% and 1%. What's their exit strategy? They don't typically have one. Do they have a buy-selling plan in place? Do they have a succession plan in place? We can help you with all of that inside qualified plan space. This is the most important one, not knowing the client's budget. So that's where the CPA is kind of important. Showing insurance ledgers in the design, not important in this type of planning. What's important to show them is, if you die before you retire, will your wife have enough money to live the rest of their life? Can your kids still go to those private schools? Can your wife still have that vacation home? This is all with pre-tax dollars. So we sell the sizzle, not the benefits. Okay, these are your appendix pages. So I have this all available to you. Joe said that he would send this to you all, this whole presentation. I sent it to him earlier today. Here's a pre-approach letter to a client. Time is money, so let's get right to the point. What? Reduce tax liability and save for your retirement. I deal in a variety of innovative retirement programs, including pension, profit-sharing plans, and 401k plans, offering a variety of financial services. So celebrate your success. Let me show you how to use your money you're currently paying taxes on to help your retirement. So this is one letter. You guys, this is not LD approved on the bottom, so you guys can do whatever you want to this. You can make it shorter, you can add things, whatever you want, you can do. So this is a financial advisor. So I deal anyway. So you can look at these. I don't have to read everything. The next one is this is financial advisor. This is for the CPAs. Okay. This should not say financial advisor. It should say CPAs. So this letter is for CPAs. Okay. I've also broken it down into telephone conversation. Okay. This is after sending out the pre-approach letter. So you can go through this later. You know, do you have tax deductible retirement plan? This is with no pre-approach letter. So if you don't want to send out the pre-approach letter, we did this for you on script number 2. And finally, if they say yes, answer these questions. This is a brief presentation. I try to make it short and sweet. If allowed, I'll entertain any questions. I thank you for your time, guys.
Whew. That was strong, Mark. Whatever coffee you're drinking, you got to share the name, because that was that was awesome. We appreciate the energy and enthusiasm. That was great information. So just like Mark said, we're going to share everything that or just about everything that he went over. And then, of course, if you have the right, whatever, small business owner, the right prospect, we can get Mark involved, but you have to make sure you are appointed. Okay, so please, we're going to send out the contracting link. If you are set up under another IMO, take advantage of the leads for contracting or the cash for contracting. We typically beat your existing commission level, or worst case, we match it, but you get cash or free leads on top of it with your first app. So it's a win-win situation. So take advantage of that. Let's jump into the next slide here real quick. I think this is very important. So Insure Me Now Direct. Now, obviously, we want everyone to go after the large ticket sale. If you want to leverage Mary Reed or David Green with our premium finance program, whatever it is, yes, that's great, but why not have your website up and running and your social media marketing and your Facebook ads driving traffic back to your storefront or your website? Okay, there's a lot, especially millennials, the younger professionals, younger families. They don't want to talk to a life insurance agent with a short sleeve dress shirt and a tie that stops to his belly button, right? They want to go on your website. They want to run a quote. Mark, is that you still on? They want to run a quote. They want to be able to buy, if it's $100,000 term policy to protect a loan, right? Or just put a small term policy for the children, whatever the case is. They can do this from your site in less than 7 minutes. Quote, apply, approved, print and save policy, done. So anyway, take advantage of Insure Me Now Direct and write your first Haven term policy and get a free tablet. That's simple. There's no contest. You basically write the app. As soon as the free look is over, we send you the free tablet and you're done, just in time for the holidays. So that's a no-brainer. Let's move forward. We have a couple of great training events coming up. I feel like one you're on right now. Also, before I forget, Mark mentioned about his part 1 version of this training webinar, where if you weren't on that training, we're going to include that link in today's thank you email as well. So we'll basically label it part 1, and then obviously part 2 is today. We'll include that link if you want to go back and look at this at a future date, or maybe send to any of your downline agents. But there's a few more that I'm super excited about we've never done before. Okay, so I think you're going to get lots and lots of value out of this. Real quick, if you want to move to the bottom of that slide, it says the Joe Ross Top IUL Sales Training. So he put, and if you don't know who Joe Ross is, another great insurance training coach, just like Mark. He's got some great value add. He's going to talk about opening doors and starting conversations to discuss IUL, right, and living benefits. This is a brand new training he put together just for us. We're going to dive in on November 5th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be huge for year-end. Also, another big one, never been done before, is the Levinson Stimulus Program. This is going to be awesome. So we basically handpicked our top 10 insurance carriers. I believe it's 9 or 10 right now today. We might add another one. And what we're doing, this is going to be really cool. So think of like speed dating. Okay, so we're going to have each one of these carriers on. They get 8 to 10 minutes to give you their elevator pitch on why you should do business with them and what makes them unique. Okay, and then what happens if you write your first app with them? By the way, if you write one app or you write 9 or 10 apps, great. You can make from $100 cash with your first app all the way up to $1,000. So you can combine these as well. So make sure you're on this webinar. We're doing the speed dating with life insurance carriers, and every single attendee, as long as you're a Levinson agent and you're active, you get a free sales prospecting book. It's either going to be by Mary Reed. I have the IUL prospecting books. In fact, I'll go over that on the beginning of the webinar during that day. In fact, Joe, it's coming right around the corner. It's the 27th, so October 27th, next week at 2 p.m. Eastern. make sure you're on that. In fact, those 2 webinars are going to be huge, the stimulus program and then the Joe Ross IUL training. Very, very excited about this. Also, Thursday of this week, we have Mr. Ken French on. He's our social media guru. We have an awesome WordPress retail website for those of you that want a professional looking site for life, annuities, health, supplemental products. We offer a great $99 package with social media marketing. We even have if you want to run your own Facebook ads, okay? Imagine, and just think about this for a second. If you're using Mark's concept, right, and you're talking to and marketing to these small business owners, imagine running a Facebook ad talking about, small business valuations, and we have a free tool that we can share with you, right? And maybe run an ad on retirement strategies and tax saving strategies, right? And then drive traffic back to your website, and then you have an appointment link, and you can set up a day and time, do the webinar, and done. And then you give everyone that attends a free scholarship for their children or grandchildren, even if they don't buy a policy, no purchase necessary. So there's so many ways. Anyway, on the training Thursday, Ken will also, if you're willing to create your own Facebook ad, he'll set up a 30-minute training one-on-one with you, and then he'll send you the recorded link so you can go back to it and use for reference. So really, really neat stuff. And again, the name of the game for us is I need to provide all of the tools, resources, technology, and of course, products to make you all successful, okay? We don't make any money from any of this stuff. Obviously, we get paid when you write a policy, but other than that, this is all value add. We need to help our agents, which in turn helps us, which helps the carriers. There's no secret sauce behind this. So anyway, lots of value add. We're only going to get bigger and better for you all, and that's our promise. Also on the annuity front, real quick before I go to the last slide, we have the brand new Agency Automator annuity version, okay? So think about this. Think about Agency Automator as your free website, your free CRM tool, your prospecting list, but we built one just for annuities. So anyway, and that's free, by the way, okay? It's $9 a month for hosting, but that entire package is free, okay? We take care of that for you. As long as you're active with an annuity company, done. That's simple. So anyway, again, bigger and better is the name of the game, and we're going to continue to do that in the end of this year in 2021. Okay, love this quote. For all of you that know me, it's been a pretty rough month. Today is also my birthday, and so I'm looking towards, I can't wait to start this new year for myself personally, because I know it's going to be awesome. This is my 3 go-tos for daily happiness. In fact, immediate happiness, I might add. Gratitude, do good for others, and believe in a higher power, whatever that is. Life is short. We've all experienced loss in our lives, and you have to maximize the time spent with loved ones, if it's your business, if it's taking lots of pictures, whatever the case is. But you write these things down, and if you're ever depressed about business or personal, whatever it is, these are my go-tos, and I love this. And I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like if you practice this little by little, it's going to help all of us, including myself. So good stuff. Okay, question of the day. Real quick, tell me, how many whole life products does Lafayette Life offer? Whoever answers first incorrectly wins our 3 Mary Read prospecting books. Joe, do we have a winner?
We do. George B. from Florida.
George B. from Florida. The answer is 6 whole life products from Lafayette Life. Man, this was great. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time, especially on Positive Tuesday, my birthday. Let's all look forward to the future and hope things get bigger and better for all of us. George will mail out those 3 books this afternoon. Have a great Tuesday, great week, good selling. Take care, and thank you again.